And I'm like, no, 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 no. And they're like, and it's so proud of it too. It's like, here you go. Hope you like it. Let me know if you
hope you like it. Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Loud because it's a jam. That's why. Welcome back to the Riley Black Project. Crystal and John.
Hey.
What's up?
You know, the same old craziness.
Same old craziness with sprinkles of even more craziness.
Pretty much.
But as always, more on that with the life update.
Yes.
Is this show brought to you by? Do we do it? Do we not do it?
We do it because, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We're struggling to get it together as far as all the sponsorships and stuff. But
beginning of the year, you know that craziness.
Yeah. She whether she's paid up or not, I know Katie's good for it.
Yes,
so this episode is brought to you by Katie with Monarch Pine. If you're looking for jewelry, blanks, or findings, check her out on our website, monarchpine.com, and make sure to use code Riley Black for 10% off. Of course, patrons get a higher discount.
While you're checking her out, if you're a patron member and you're not part of the TRBP Hangout Facebook group, don't know what you're doing. That's where all the extras are. So that's for our paid members, but Gen Pop, we got you too. The Riley Black Project Community Facebook group. And, we talk all things podcast there.
Yeah.
I think that's all the housekeeping we have right now.
I think so.
Beginning of the year means beginning of show season.
Yes.
We're ramping up.
Yeah.
We had a little break after Next Level.
Yeah.
Nice little break, but now it's time to hit the road
we have
again.
A small one this week.
Yes.
And then the one we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So, February, right? Will this air on February for Gen Pop? I think we're like at the beginning of February. Anyway,
that's a good question.
APA is upon us. And what better way to talk about APA than to be joined once again by Megan of Raymond's Trophies and Awards. How's it going?
It's good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's always fun.
Yes,
it's always fun. I haven't caught up to all your episodes yet in the last couple days, but I will be binging it because that's how I work.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people actually listen is they, even our patrons, because patrons, they get early access, but they end up kind of waiting until there's like several episodes and then they'll listen to all of them together. So it's kind of
I'll usually do them like on a trip, or if I'm
that's what Danny does.
Like we're getting ready to redo the bathroom. So I'm going to do it while I'm in there.
Hey, we'll hang out with you in the bathroom.
Yeah, in the bathroom. But I think it's you're a Patreon because you want to support what you guys are doing more so than getting it early, I think. At least for me, that's the case. But it is nice to get it early. So if I do need it,
Right. If you're like, oh, that's when I gotta
have some. I gotta have some of them.
Plus you get the extended interview.
True. You get the bonus interview stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want to just be Gen Pop. I can't just I can't just be Gen Pop. I have to be more.
Right? I know that feeling.
A little extra over here. So
always extra, right?
Always extra. So
APA is coming up quickly. Man, every time I'm like, I'm going to be on it. I'm going to get things done early. And then, thank goodness it's later in February this year. Because that gives me a little bit more time
to procrastinate
to get it together, hopefully.
It really does. And the thing is like no matter what, because I'm doing a session and so I've been working on it and I just keep feeling like I need to tweak it and I need to tweak it and I need to tweak it. And like today's the date. Today is the turn-in date, and I'm like, am I gonna pass the class? I don't know if I'm gonna pass the class. And I'm thinking at this age, I shouldn't even be like that. But I mean,
I think it's just how we're always gonna be. Yeah. We always think we're gonna get better, and we'll maybe get better at things that kind of help you. Like I'm getting better about putting the most ridiculous things on the calendar because I know I'm not going to remember. And so it's when you finally succumb to okay, this is just unfortunately how I am.
Right.
And now I need to find the tools to make being me easier. So, I mean, we have So we're both teaching a class later this week at the event that we're doing with Heather Bennett from Paisley Grace Makery in Florida. And I've actually finished like 90% of what I need to do for my class, which that's early for me. And my class is like Thursdays. So normally, I'm doing it like the day before, the night before, definitely the week before. So that's still on par.
Yeah. And I'm winging it. So
you're winging it.
That makes me nervous. I made him go figure out some good notes because even as he was winging it to me, he had drew some blanks, and I was like, "See, you got to have some notes
I'm relying heavily on participation from the crowd.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't
do that
because
when you go either way,
when you need them to come through for you, that's when they sit there like this.
The thing is, I don't know the level that everyone's at. So with
you don't need to.
Well, I mean, listen, if you're doing content, you kind of know the basics already, so you need a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if you don't, then
I think for the most part,
sprinkle some seed questions in there to kind of figure out, or I don't know, something that's gonna make you know if they're smart or not smart. I'm not gonna think that out.
Right.
But I mean, like I tend to wing most of my presentation, but I do have slides that guide me and guide the group. But I do have to. This year we've given everything kind of a intermediate, beginner, advanced level, but that's still kind of that's subjective, right? You don't have to. You don't have to pass class A to get into class B like you would in college. So you could come into it and you could still be a beginner in an intermediate level class, and we'll still sprinkle a little bit of everything just so that we make sure we're getting everybody
right.
We're getting something for everybody, and we're trying to do some of the ones that go together. The beginner classes, like we're doing a couple of AI sessions, and a beginner one is going to be before the advanced one. And that way, if you have the opportunity, you can take one before the other. Doesn't mean you're going to necessarily grasp everything in the advanced class,
right?
But you at least have a basic knowledge of what the beginner stuff is.
Well, and then like with the advanced stuff, you may not take in or remember exactly how it's done, but if you can at least remember that it's possible, sometimes that's all you need to know, so that when you get to that point, you're like, oh, okay, I know I can do this with AI, right? Or whatever. And then now you can look up, okay, how do I actually do that? Now it's time for me to learn how, but sometimes just knowing the possibilities is the first step.
You just ask AI how to teach AI.
Don't ask it to how many R's are in strawberry though, because that's what's going around viral. Is asking, and he asked, and it said 2 for him as well.
2, but when they spell it out, it has 3. So
it's like when you use it for graphics, it doesn't spell correctly ever.
Yes,
like it's not able to do that.
Isn't it strong suit?
It's really not. It's really not. And
now I find if I put what I like, the word I need in there, and like a quotes or something, it sort of gets it right
sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you can tell who hasn't checked it. When you look at stuff, people pop up on like Facebook or online or whatever. I'm like, did you
even look
quality
at
control over there? Who's quality control? I mean, if you are, you're really selling yourself short.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I love when I try to do like one little tweak and I'm like, hey, don't change anything except change this color to like red. And it'll change it to pink and then be like, here you go. And I'm like, and change something. And I'm like, no. And they're like, and it's so proud of it too. It's like, here you go. Hope you like it. Let me know if you
hope you like it. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Down, way down.
Yeah.
So
I find that I say please a lot.
So do I. I try to. He does. Yeah.
I used to.
I think it listens. I mean,
sometimes.
I think we're better friends that way.
Do you have you had it introduce itself to you and tell you its name?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It has a whole personality. I have pictures.
What am I doing wrong?
Glitch and everything. Mine's glitch.
Mine is Pixel Ray Boom.
What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what I'm doing when I get to work today.
Yeah, exactly. Playing with chat.
Yep.
Excuse me, but what's your name? We've never
Yeah.
been properly
Yeah,
introduced.
exactly.
Right?
We've
Rude.
worked so hard, and
Yeah.
I don't even know your name.
Yep.
I don't even know your name. Do you even know me?
Right? What kind of relationship is this?
Wow.
So APA, what are the actual dates?
So we're a little bit later in February this year. It's February 24th through the 27th. We
Okay.
are at the Horseshoe again this year, which is right
Nice.
next to Paris.
Mhm.
It's a Caesar's property. You know, we book that out years in advance, and they've been really great to us. So the space fits us pretty well.
Mhm.
I wasn't able to go last year, so I haven't seen the new show floor space. You guys saw it. It's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But I think that it lent really well to the crowd. They seemed happy with it.
Yeah.
So
It works for
and the
us.
meeting
Yeah.
room space is a little different.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know if it was different or not.
Oh,
'Cause we
last
hadn't
year was your
gone.
first year, right?
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
a great layout. It was easy to find everything.
Mhm.
It's hard for us to find a space that accommodates the amount of people that come in as vendors because they have such large pieces that come in. You know, the equipment's
Right.
big and they really need space. And then, you know, we're not a huge industry. We're not a small industry. And so you've got this kind of give and take about
Right.
all the things that everybody is happy with, the hotels and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Caesars properties have been really good. So APA has been at Paris for a while, and now we're over at Horseshoe. So we're just right next door. So
Nice.
yeah. So end of February. I don't think there's ever a perfect time, but you know, 24th
Yeah.
to the 27th for most of us is before busy season. So you'll get to
Yeah.
go there and see all the new stuff coming out from your vendors and check out the new equipment that's out there.
Yeah.
And we've
I
got a lot of
actually
new people.
not that my input means much, but I actually prefer living it now, prefer it later in February because I feel like I'm just now starting to get my bearings of
Right.
2026 because the kids literally just went back to school on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So this is going to be their first full week of school since before Christmas. And that would mean that APA, if it was beginning of February, we'd be leaving in like a couple
Right.
weeks. And I would not be ready at all. So I feel like the end of February kind of gives you a little bit time to like get settled in the new year and like, you know, any changes you're going to make, but then you can still also like go into it hopefully less panicked.
Yeah.
But I feel like all of us
That's the
do.
hope.
Right?
That's the hope. We all want to be less panicked about it. But
Right?
We interrupt this great interview for names for our patrons.
You ready?
Shout outs. Yes, I am.
Here we go. Kenny and Blaine, they're new, so sorry if I ruined any of that, okay? Welcome. Heidi, Tanner with Kim and Garrett, Ann Hotchkiss, Melody P, Daimata, Pam with Barefoot Inspirations, Elisa Logan, Christian C, Christian with Tumbly House Creative, Kim and Garrett Make It, Patricia L, Michelle with Edward Stitch and Laser, Toby with Cuddle.xyz, Christina M, Jen with Laser Last Design Co, Candy with Turtle to Go Creations, Sheila with Sign Inspirations LLC, Natalie C, Hannah B, Daniel with Alive Pixel Creates, Danny M, Stephanie with Pretty Pitty Design, Catherine with Primary Market, Bree with Burnt Jack, Aaron with Aaron's Acrylic Animals, Christy C, Jess with JT Financial Studio, Rexy with Spreading Stardust, Superfan Brandy, Victor with Excited Adam, Katie with Monarch Pine, Lisa, David with Creative Cut Supplies, Stephanie L, Barbie C, Madison B, Emily, That Mom with Laser, Mark with Big Blue Laser Designs, Kathy Ray, The Testing Queen, MJ with Craft and Carry Customs, Ryan with Sprouts Creations, and Will, Crazy Laser Dad.
As always, we thank you guys for your support.
Yes.
And now back to the show. Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than the Crazy Laser Dad's Laser Ready Blanks.
Their high-quality blanks are expertly sourced and tested and ready to use on your laser. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time-consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for your customers.
Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their laser-ready blanks.
The Riley Black Project is sponsored by Monarch Pine.
Monarch Pine is your trusted source for premium laser blanks and jewelry findings. From large loop earring hooks made specifically for acrylic and wood earrings to laser-tested stainless steel necklace and bracelet blanks, they have everything you need to bring your creative ideas to life.
As a maker, you know the value of quality supplies. And that's exactly what Monarch Pine delivers. Whether you're crafting as a hobby or running a full-time business, their products make it easy to design confidently and create stunning pieces.
Head to monarchpine.com and use code Riley Black to get 10% off your order. Riley Black patrons get an even bigger discount, so don't miss out.
While you're at it, join the Monarch Pine Craft Supply Insiders Facebook group. It's a vibrant community where makers share tips, inspiration, and their incredible creations.
Monarch Pine, where your creativity takes center stage. Visit monarchpine.com and use code Riley Black today.
Not tomorrow.
Today.
It kind of moves around a little bit. So I think this year is good. We don't have any Super Bowls going on, so nobody, in Vegas, so everybody's fine, although that worked out fine that year. But there's always something going on in Vegas.
Right.
So there's always something
for sure.
else. So.
I do love the location though, because that was pretty cool to during the day, it's the learning, working, a little bit of networking. And then afterwards, there's a million different places that you can go to like kind of keep it going and hang out with people. And, it always still ends up somewhat being about work, but like at least, more relaxed and over like drinks or dinner, or heck, we went to a club. We were dragged out to the club like 1 or 2 nights.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, we were kind of surprised ourselves. We were
it's also cool running into people. Through like as you're walking through the hotel or whatever.
Yeah, you'd walk through Paris or Horseshoe, and you'd run into a bunch of people. So yeah, and we obviously have a special. Vegas has a special place in our heart because that's where we met and then got married 2 years after that. So we love going back, and I think it's just a great place to have an event for sure.
Well, it lends itself well to, like you said, things after the show, because you have Tuesday through Friday and you're just go, and it's work. And even if, like I've found all the years that we go, we always either meet up with somebody we haven't seen in a while because, like you guys are on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast. Now, Vegas is easy for me to drive to, but most of these vendors and people, it seems like most people are east of me. And so when they get there, it's nice to just be able to hang out, say hi. The mentoring and the networking part of it is always what I love. I love the education. That's my jam. Like I always think the education is the best part of what we offer there. The vendors are amazing. I love who comes. I love that everybody knows each other and it gives you an opportunity to see your vendors because we all talk online and we all email now and going in and being able to like talk one-on-one with the person that's been on the other end of that for you is cool. Well, and then afterwards you're like, let's go have a cocktail.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And seeing things in person, like there's conversation and business networking that can only happen like organically in person. APA, we left with a bunch of new connections. We got closer with Kim and Garrett, and that's when we found out about the Jamboree that they were having last June, and then we went to the Jamboree in June, and it was an amazing time. And we got even closer to Kim and Garrett, and now we look forward to the Jamboree this year. But if it wouldn't have been for APA, we may not have known that was even a thing that they were planning. And we spent more time with them, so we got to know them outside of work, right? And so it's just these events are how and when I see my laser friends, which to be honest, I talk to way more often than I talk to my regular friends. So,
well, they're becoming your regular friends.
Right. True. Yeah. That line is definitely getting blurred.
We always tell our employees that you're with us more than you're with your family and probably your friends. And so this networking, you're right. You probably have a conversation with your vendors or your work friends, I guess they would be, but they morph into friendships. Like I would say, I have made more friends in the last few years as I become more involved with APA on a board level and an education level. But prior to that, we still had people that we connected with from Alaska, from Florida, from Chicago, because they're based, the association is based in Chicago. The only way to really get to see each other is like making a date at APA, and it sounds really weird, but you're like, oh, when are we all going to get together? And then you're like you said, it's organic. You're walking through and everybody's saying, oh, last year I really, really wanted to go check out a UV printer. I really wanted to. I mean, I've been looking at those things, and that's the other thing, right? I walk up to the UV printers. I'm like, show me what you can do. Give me all the information. And they spend so much time with you.
In person. And like getting to, I don't even remember what it was, but there were several things last year that I kind of wrote off because like either the pictures didn't do it justice. Oh, there was, which has happened at several events, but like there's acrylic that has like caught my eye from across the room that the picture online didn't do it justice. The fancy like championship rings and the like those kind of things, like wouldn't have even thought about those or considered those, but saw them at a booth. The sandblasting, like there's just so many things.
Oh, you guys got to actually do it.
We didn't get time because we were working, but we also did. I mean, if we would have made a priority, we would have found time. But that's the other thing too. You can actually, they bring the sandblasting equipment and you can do your own glass, sandblast it, and take it home with you. Like it's
carving.
Sand carving. Excuse me.
Not sandblast.
Whatever. Well, same diff.
You're old, and that's what I call it. And I mean, that was it. Like when we bought our machine, when we bought it, it was basically going to a show, and I'm like, why are we not sandblasting glass? Like that was the whole thing. Right? Why were we not doing that? And so when it was right in front of me, and they had a stool for me to stand on because I'm short, I was sold. I'm like, oh yeah, we need one of those. My father-in-law was like, yeah, we need to get one of those in the shop. And so it has added to our shop every year. There is something we added a fiber laser a couple of years ago. We now have a UV printer. I want another one. I'm just saying, we've added lasers, and we've had, the amazing thing is you meet people who can give you connections to vendors, right?
Yeah.
And then you make a relationship with those vendors that you follow. There have been a couple of, we have Xenotech machines, which are old rotary-based engravers. We got those in the very beginning. They're workhorses. They're amazing. Yeah. We still run them. The company's out of business. But you have found people within the industry who can work on them, who can help you. And I can walk up to that company and say, hey, here's my new issue.
Right.
Let's sit down and have a conversation.
Right. Yeah.
And I take a list of things that I want to talk to with vendors, because I think you get a little bit different reply face to face.
Yeah.
And when I'm like, no, we're going to sit down and have this. I mean, I'm not. Right. No, I'm pretty strict about it. Like, I'm like, we're going to sit down and have this conversation because I need to know how to make this work so that my business is running efficiently.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I don't believe in having a piece of equipment and never using it. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know how that's even possible. Like, it needs to be working for me.
Yeah.
You guys have pieces of equipment, but
they just sit there.
But it's different. Like, you're not. I mean, right now our fiber laser sits a little bit, but it just doesn't. It doesn't warrant.
But we've been using it more.
We have.
We're getting
there.
It's
a new learning curve. There's a huge learning curve to it.
That was what I was unprepared for.
That I was not prepared for that. And then so there you go. You take a couple of classes that show you a little bit about light burn, which I had no idea what light burn was about. I'm like, why are we learning new programs? What's happening? Because we work on
new programs.
No new programs. And I know light burn can work in conjunction with Corel. You know, I can design things and send it over. But at the same time, the fiber doesn't warrant needing to be used every day because there isn't something for it to be doing every day.
That's at least same struggle too.
Yeah, we don't have that. We do a lot of stuff for oil industries, and so we're using it a lot now instead of the thermal marking stuff, which is great because I don't know if you've ever worked with that stuff, but it's temperamental and So so the fiber laser has been nice to be able to mark on stainless steel and get that black mark that I want.
Yeah, we use it for plaques, mostly the metal plaques.
Yeah. So it's been it gets used. It just doesn't get used.
Hey guys, how great would it feel if this was the year you finally got to escape the 9 to 5 and embrace a lifestyle of creativity and entrepreneurship?
Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, Eon Laser USA invites you to join the Above and Beyond webinar, where you'll learn how you can make this a reality.
Join leading laser industry professional and brand ambassador Emily, aka That Mom with a Laser, and Eon Laser USA's sales manager Alicia as they dive into all things Eon.
Learn about the advantages of owning an Eon Laser and get the scoop on Eon's rewards and partner benefits. Plus, get a glimpse at how everyday people who started out with zero experience paid off their lasers, scaled their businesses, and transformed their lifestyles.
So if you're ready for a lifestyle change, head on over to eonlaser.us/whyus and sign up for the Above and Beyond webinar today.
Thanks for listening. Laser on.
Bye.
Are you tired of endlessly joining jump rings?
There's gotta be an easier way.
Are your wrists aching after numerous orders? Introducing Keychain Thingies, the time-saving solution for anyone making keychains.
It's so fast and easy.
These revolutionary plastic thingies make large or multiple orders a snap. So easy, even a child can do it.
That was so easy.
So what are you waiting for? Go to keychainthingies.com and order now. Keychain Thingies will change your life. However, they should not be used to cure any medical ailments, repair broken relationships, or help lose weight. Do not use Keychain Thingies unless you want to save time and aggravation.
We just did a bunch of equipment pieces for an oil company just to mark their that they're trying out because they want to I think they're patenting it or something, but they need to have it out in the field so they can see how it works on a rig.
Right.
But they need to know it's their piece. Somebody can't walk off with it. So
Yeah.
we had those in the store all last week.
One fun one we did, which actually got us using our fiber, was some copper like slabs or slices from a shipwreck from what was it, the 1600s?
Yeah, 1622. The Atocha. It was a.
You want to talk about nerve-wracking?
I had to research it because even the print shop that we got it from, who got the original order from, they didn't know what it was. I'm like 1622. I wonder if this was from 1622. So I googled the name above it because all they want to do was like label the piece.
Yeah,
right?
they just wanted to put the name and
it was just Atocha 1622, and the Atocha was a ship in 1622 that was sailing that was sunk in a bad storm off the coast of Key West. So it's a shipwreck, and they've gotten, and it's from a like treasure museum. Yeah. So, and they sell these pieces. So they So
then we found out how much they were worth.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it was
That's
like
the trick, right?
$1,200 to $1,400.
It all depends on the weight.
And it would have been an absolute no if it wasn't for the fact that they were like, no, we promise you can't mess this up. Right. We can buff out anything. And we're like, okay, if you say so.
Okay.
Like as long as that's right, as long as that's the agreement, then okay, we'll give it a shot. And we did, and it came out. They loved it. Was so funny too, because they gave us one piece initially, right? And the shop that we work with, that we do the engraving for, they know how I don't love customer provided items, especially like ones that we can't replace, right? And so they had to convince right. They had to convince us to take that one slab. And then one day I went in there to like drop off, some engravings I had finished for the week, and they're like, so they liked the engraving so much they brought in 5 more slabs. I was like, no.
You couldn't have done a bad job once.
Right? And so then we had the pressure of, did we write down our settings from the first time, figuring out what we did the first time, and then doing it again, and hopefully, again, matching the quality. But that was one of the first few things that we used the fiber for. And as much as it gives me a little bit of anxiety, I love when they bring in the jobs that are for the fiber, because it forces me to not procrastinate any longer on items, right? There's been I have jewelry from Katie from like probably at least 6 months ago, if not longer, that I've never engraved on, but it's because there's no time pressure to need to do it right now. But as soon as there's an order, especially for an order for another shop, I can't let either of them down. So
there's a deadline. Yeah.
ADHD, I need a deadline. If there's no deadline, it's never going to happen.
It's true. I mean, if we hadn't touched it for a little bit, maybe a couple weeks. And when those tools came in, it was like, oh man.
Right.
And they're huge. They're almost like a wrench, right? But they're aluminum. So then we're like, well, now we got to figure out what to do with the aluminum, because that really there is a huge learning curve for somebody who's only ever worked with a CO2 laser. I mean, we get those settings. We know it. Like, that's easy. I can figure that out. No problem.
Yeah.
But the fiber definitely.
Yeah. The frequency. And do you cross hatch? Do you, all of it. Yeah. And, so while we're on the subject, I would, and I've only taken a couple of the lessons from the course.
Oh, right.
But having done that, I would say, like, I highly recommend the course that Emily with That Mom with Laser and why am I blanking on her name? Connie. Did I think it's called Fiber Foundations, I think is what the course is called.
Yeah.
But I only took a couple of the lessons because, again, I had an order that I needed to complete, so I didn't have time to like go through the full thing.
So
I like skipped ahead.
Cliff notes.
But but it was super helpful. So, I mean, just even in giving you like starter settings, right? Like, I'm now a lot more comfortable with test cards and running testing, right? But where I still always struggle is I don't even know what test range to start in. Do I start in a small test range, like 15 speed to 30 or 60? Or can I push this thing up to like 500, right? I never know, like, give me some starter settings and I can work from there.
That's why it's called settings.
But
you start from where you start, and then you either go up.
Yeah,
or
but
go
when we're using the CO2, you're just like, oh, I got this. I can do this power. I can do this speed. We're going to be good. I can adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't get that. I don't have that luxury on the fiber.
Exactly.
I'm like, ooh, that really burnt.
Right.
Time spent, right? It's because you use the CO2 day in and day out, and you don't use the fiber as much. But as you get to use all of them, you start getting more comfortable. I mean, I'm sure with the UV printer, because that's another beast in itself. Getting those settings with the filters, and because now you're dealing with colors and stuff like that, where CO2 you're not.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think
it's fun.
UV, that's what
so
I was saying.
Fun.
UV's a lot more fun than the fiber. The fiber is more, I would say the fiber is more like industrial.
Yeah.
And the UV is more artistic. So it just depends on where you land on either one of those. Because I can see, like, what drew me to the fiber was the fact that it was so open. You know, it wasn't in, like, because the CO2s, they're in a box.
Yeah.
And all the action happens in the box. With the fiber, it's all out. Like, I can really hurt myself if I put my hand right there. And that excites me.
If you grab something too, sometimes it's hot. Like,
you have to
grab
be
and
really
you're like,
careful. Well, especially because we're used to CO2. Things don't get like, I mean, I'll pick up acrylic right after it cuts and it'll be like, you can feel warmth, right? But there's not any risk of being burned. You engrave some metal and you forget and you touch it. No, that you're you brand yourself. Right?
Now
this job was from that
right.
It's funny. True. It's so true. But so I love the fact that I can talk to these vendors and say, okay, show me how this is going to work daily. And why do I want to spend the money on it? Right. There's always that.
Especially with those equipment, right? It's anywhere like a cheap one, right? Is probably around $5,000 piece of equipment that you're going to potentially look at or buy from APA. If you're buying a piece of $5,000 equipment, you kind of want to see it first. You want to see it in action. You want to see its capabilities. You want to see how big or small it looks. Now, it's not fair.
No, it's
not. When you see it in those huge rooms, it makes these machines look small. And then you see those machines in your house, and it's not the same at all. Side note. Right. Yeah. Whatever your space is. But so we'll get back to the vendor side. I want to mention some of the vendors that are going to be there a little bit later, but you are teaching this time around too, right?
I am teaching. Yeah. I'm teaching it's basically onboarding for, all of us who bring in new employees, and it's called From Green to Great. And basically I'm discussing the fact that how do you do it without wanting to just rip your eyes out?
Right.
Because most people in our industry most employees that come in have never done what we do. I prefer that. We prefer having somebody come in that's completely green so that we can teach them all the things that our shop does, because
You're
we have things
correcting things or
we're not correcting. Now, there's something to be said for someone who does have an idea about our industry. We've hired a couple of people like that, and that's not a horrible thing, but they tend to compare a lot. And for our shop, that's really difficult. I want them to come in totally green. I want to be able to mold them to understand that our shop does everything. Like we will try we don't tell our customers no. We may tell them, I don't know if we can do that. We're willing to try to do that.
Right.
And we ruin that piece of copper. But do you have an extra one? But I want our employees to understand that what we do is we're providing customer service. And so I'm going to do my best to show anybody with any size business, because you could have 2 employees, you could have 40 employees. It doesn't matter. The same thing applies. This is how you could bring them on to show them that they're going to be the best employee for you. So I'm going to teach that. I think we're calling that kind of a beginner intermediate level. I'm kind of running around a lot we do education advocates. So that's the person at the beginning of the education session that kind of tells the crowd, this is what to expect. You can get, there's a QR code at the end. Please give us your survey and let us know, because that's the only way we can make education better.
Right. Is get the feedback.
Fit what you need. Yeah, we need the feedback. We need to know what it is that you, can you hear my dog?
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's funny.
You would think that nobody loved this dog that gets to sleep on the bed.
How dare you have some work to do, because you need to be playing with me and feeding me.
He does come to work with me, so I can't say.
He's like, how dare you not be concerned with what
excuse
me
me,
now.
am I going to the expo? Because if I'm not, we need to pay attention to me. So, no, he was actually sitting on my lap while I was working on my session. So, I plan on hopefully giving people just another way to look at things, because everybody, I think, considers wanting employees, and then they go, nah.
Us.
It's a lot of work. Our staff is great, and we've had our staff, I think our 7 years for the least amount of time that we've had for somebody right now. And they all came on before COVID, and they stayed. And
that's awesome.
That's awesome, because we have a very cohesive group. Everybody works together. Everybody gets it. We don't always like each other, and we're okay with that, because during busy season, it's stressful and we get frustrated. And plus, we're a family business, and that can be hard for employees too. So I give a little bit of an idea on how to navigate that, because there's a different relationship. My husband and I are there. And so there are days when you're mad at each other, or there are days where, most of the time it's great, but you get in there and you're a little annoyed because maybe, I don't know. Who knows? What?
He didn't clean up his shit at home.
I don't know. There was something.
Whatever,
so I'm hoping that I can just I'm not saying the way we do it's perfect.
Things were heavy for you last year as well, too, with your son going through some health stuff. And that goes into it, too. If you're like worried sick about your child or something going on in your life, as much as we all try to go into work and these situations and not really bring that with us, it's nearly impossible not to, right? And so then your patience might be less, or you might be available less, and then that means somebody else has to kind of take up, there's always going to be those things to navigate that even with the best team can be difficult sometimes. But
that was again was great, being able to have a team that understood, because of course, because we're a small shop, they know all the family. So with our son being sick at the time, it affected all of them too. But they also
Right.
knew that they needed to give my husband and I some leeway so that we could be available to help him and do the things that he needed, get him to and from chemo and things like that. And everybody jumped right in. So
that's awesome.
I don't know that we necessarily trained them to be that way, but we gave them the opportunity to become successful so that they could help us in ways that gave us the latitude that we needed. So I'm hoping I can shed a little light for people.
Awesome.
I believe in education 100%. I believe APA has always given me what I need. And I've been doing this for almost 30 years. And I've been going to education at the shows from day one.
That's awesome.
So you can never, what did I say last time? You can never not learn something.
Yeah.
There's always a tidbit. There's always something. There's a nugget.
We didn't even go to the education last year because we were a vendor and we were setting up during education day, and we still walked away learning a bunch, just from the other vendors and just from hanging out with people in the industry and all of that kind of stuff. So I agree that you can't really go and not come away with something.
Even if you're coming away with just a new excitement about your business. Right. So that's, I think still we leave the expo and we're always like, okay,
on cloud nine, ready to take over the
world.
Yep.
We're gonna take over all of California. We're gonna do the whole thing. And then we get back and we're like, maybe just Bakersfield. We're just gonna take over Bakersfield.
Exactly.
Okay, Kern County. We'll do Kern County. But you always have this new excitement. At least I would hope everybody's leaving. We're trying to make the show more forward thinking. There's a new generation. Like I think we talked about it before, that we've got this whole maker group coming in, and we've got a lot of maker vendors. I mean, you guys are one of them who do what we do, but we've always done engraving, right? That's engraving and awards and trophies. And now we've opened it up to include personalization in a whole nother genre. Like it's really, really cool. And I've met some really cool people through it. And so that was a big push for the UV printer. Was I took, is it Stephanie with Country
Port Swing.
Country Port. I took her quick little like beginner deal, and I'm like, I need one of those. That's good.
Yep. Yeah, you can't hang out with her for too long because she'll make you want all the things.
And you're not hanging out with her this weekend.
It's too late. Sorry. I had big plans to hang out with her the whole time.
Listen, we did not have room and we made it fit. So you guys can make it fit for sure.
Don't say that.
Yeah, totally.
So what are some of the other education classes that are going on? Do you know?
Well, so education starts on Tuesday. So the show is Tuesday while you guys are setting up in your vendor room. We are educating all day long from 7:30 to right about 6. And, it's in increments of an hour to 90 minutes, depending on what it is. And we're jumping right in. So there's some Corel Draw versus light burn so that people can look at that and kind of go, I don't know.
One?
I mean, which do you like? Which works better? We're talking about UV galvo lasers, which is a new thing coming out. And so we're kind of introducing the world who maybe doesn't know about it to it. Custom fabrication from A to Z, and that's going to be like G2, is it G2S? GS2. We're going to come in and talk about fabricating acrylic from start to finish. So a lot of us have the ability to do that. I mean, while we could use them, we have that ability. It's going to be this whirlwind of come in, look at what you think you need, and then find out what you need, sublimation, color matching. And if you've never sublimated, you realize that it's not the same. You're given a Pantone color and your clients, this is my PMS color, and sublimation does not work that way because it is not truly an ink. It's it's a process. It's chemistry. And so there's some easy ways to do it. So we've got some talk about that.
Nice.
You can do, I'm trying to think, what else are we doing?
So I know our friend Joshua Perry is teaching, but I don't know what he's teaching.
Oh gosh, I can't remember what he's teaching either. Let me think. I don't know if it's on Tuesday or
business
not.
to business or
Yeah. Yeah, because
we're doing business to business.
Yeah.
We're doing some of those award. I think that's on Wednesday. We have some beginner AI stuff on Tuesday to kind of get you in there, talk about AI, talk about prompts, talk about how you talk really nicely to them, and you make you get a name. I don't even know about the name.
Yeah.
We are doing a roundtable too, so we're going to talk about. Last year, we kind of talked about what was coming up in the industry. This year, we're going to talk about what's happening in the industry with some different people, so you get a different idea. Corel Draw. We always do Corel Draw, and because that's what most people are using. And if you're using some of the other machines, like our Xenotext, for example, they have proprietary software, so we're using what they give us. So Tuesdays all day. There's all kinds of stuff. If you go on the Expo webpage, register.
Yeah.
See the schedule, register for everything. Register. And, the classes fill up, but there's always room. We always have room for more, and we can add seats, and we can.
Yeah.
And the other thing I suggest is really go in there to participate. Make sure, like John said, you look for those people to participate with you because you're feeding off the audience.
Yeah.
And even if you're a 7:30 class, participate. Get some coffee. We've got coffee for you. I know.
Right.
I usually was teaching early classes. I think I have a little bit later one this year, but the early ones are rough because Tuesday's not so bad, but like Wednesday, they've gone out and they've had some fun.
Exactly.
They've had some fun. So they're like, ugh. But Wednesday, we'll do, again, 7:30 in the morning. We'll start you off early. We've got some marketing stuff going on.
Nice.
More acrylic design. We notice that in this community between personalization and the awards industry, acrylic's big because we can do so much with it.
Yep.
So much. Your lasers can cut it. We can UV print it. We can engrave it. We can sandblast it even if you want to get different definition. So acrylic is big right now.
Very versatile.
We have a panel discussion, and that'll be business growth, business to business, strengthening your business. That might be what he's on, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
It could
because we have 33 classes. So
that's awesome.
You have tons of things to look for. Plus, you've got the learning lounges that go on during the trade show floor hours. You guys are going to do your podcast.
Yep.
Wednesday night is the first time. So after the show floor closes, on the show floor, they'll do like an after hours party, and there'll be some cocktails and some, it's a good time to sort of reevaluate who you've seen and maybe extend that party a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Go have dinner afterwards. Go sit down with them and talk about something new that maybe maybe talk to you guys about what you're doing with your fiber laser. And maybe the things you're doing work better for what I'm doing. Maybe I didn't even think about it. You come up with an idea and I'm like, oh man, I never even thought about testing it that way.
Yeah.
So, if you've never been to a show, Wednesday, we do have the first time attendee session also. And that's at 1:00. So it's kind of in the middle of your day. You can go get lunch, bring it in. You'll talk to people who have been in the industry for a while, and it's a good way for you to meet other people who are new. Doesn't mean you're new to what you're doing. It means you're new to maybe APA. And what we want is everybody to feel cohesive and comfortable, that they can just come up to any of us and talk. Like, that's the thing. I want you to stop me and be like, hey, I took your session. Have you thought about what it would be like if I brought in a family member? What's it like for you that you brought in a family member? Okay, let's have that conversation.
Yeah.
And I want people to come up to me and talk. Like, I think you guys are the same way.
Yeah.
I think very open to what you do. I think this is an industry where we don't, there's not a lot of competition. I mean, we're all doing the same things, but we all want to help each other succeed.
Yeah.
I know that the things that you're doing on your laser are not necessarily the things that I'm doing. Our demographics.
Well, we're not like trying to take each other's customer for the most part, right? There's always those people, the outliers who, come in and maybe don't share the same view as we do. But for the most part, like we all have our own customers and our own customer base. But again, sharing knowledge and sharing skills and seeing all of us grow is what we all want for the most part.
It's a lonely island on that other side.
Right.
Where you're competing with everybody and you're not like embracing community.
Yeah.
Because then I mean you really are just by yourself because
you're you against everybody.
Right.
Right. And that is not what this is if you're in that space because there's enough for everybody. There's plenty for everybody. And you can still have yours and we can still have ours, but then we can also help each other like on the fiber, the UV, you know what I mean? So just leaning into that at these events is what's really huge. And then you also find people who can help you when you're in a bind. Okay, what if your UV printer goes down and you have this huge job you have to get done? And I've even talked to you about potentially like outsourcing stuff to you, but then the distance made it, makes it difficult.
Well, it's hard,
but,
because there's a ship time.
Right, but there's so many people for you to choose from who can instead of being competition can actually help you grow and help your products be more obtainable to your people if you don't have you're not at that space where you can make an expensive UV printer purchase and that kind of stuff. So just the more the merrier, especially if they have different machines and skills and tool sets than you and these events just make that again so organic and easy because it just kind of happens like, oh, you have that too, didn't know that. Or MakerFlow, I knew about them, but I hadn't seen or touched any of their products like in person. And so I was like, oh, didn't think about that or didn't even think about this because it's not like, although I knew about them, I wasn't regularly going to their website to see the new items they had. And a lot of times you go to these shows and you see that new item or that item they haven't even launched yet. And now before other people know, and you can kind of jump on that before others do. So there's just so many benefits to going to these. And
I love how this year, like it's last year there was a few of us from like the laser world in our community, and how it's like blossomed this year as far as like vendors and I'm sure participants as well, as people say that they're going to be there and everything else. But like even the vendor list has grown crazy.
Because there was several people that we knew last year, but I want to go over the list as far as who's going this year, and there's even more than our first year last year. So let's see. I'm gonna go down the ones that I recognize.
Right, that are like.
So I've heard of Catalyst printers. I don't know them personally, but I've heard of them before. I don't know if they're new or not. CMB Acrylic, obviously no Melody, so it'll be nice to see her. Epilogue, SNA Digital. I don't know how to say their name, so sorry if I'm butchering it, but I'm pretty sure they have worked with Catherine with some of her like website stuff, maybe. Full Spectrum Laser, GS2 Awards, of course, How Tien, Houston Acrylic, Iconics, which is the sand carving.
Yeah. And that was cool too, seeing that from APA transition over into like our world, and like people started using it in conjunction with lasers. That was really cool. Mostly Stephanie.
JDS Industries, Lancaster Laser Supply. This is their first trade show, so he's really excited and nervous about that.
No reason to be nervous. None at all.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just from a prep side.
Yeah.
Like not knowing what to, because we were kind of.
Oh, yeah. Your first one, it's like,
didn't know what to expect.
And
anything like that. So
because it's really similar to some of the other ones we've gone to, but it's a whole different, like, they spend different. They look for stuff different. So it's a whole new beast in a good way.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you don't know how to prepare for that being your first year because, it's new. Lens Digital, of course, LogoJet, MakerFlow, as I mentioned, Monarch Pine. So we will actually be kind of collabing a little bit with Monarch Pine. So we'll still have a Keychain Thingies table and booth like section, but we'll be right in line with Monarch Pine.
Yeah. And that'll just free us up to make more connections.
We're gonna borrow her employees, basically. Yeah, pretty much. She has employees.
You do what you gotta do.
Don't.
So, you do what you gotta do.
Right. Well, and it made sense. She carries, our products, or at least, a portion of our products. And so this way it was like, okay, we can team up, together. But then we also have, which sometimes when you're a vendor, you're stuck at your, not in a bad way, you're stuck at your booth because the traffic was constant, which is great, but then you also don't get to leave it much to go network yourself with the other vendors. So we just wanted that a little bit more freedom to kind of step away if we wanted to or needed to. But yeah, let's see, PDS equipment. Let's see. Who else? I think that's most of... Thunder Laser. They'll be there too. And Trotec and True Flat. So those are all names that should sound familiar to most of our listeners. So I just wanted to mention that, like, if any of those those companies, if you've been wondering, I really wanted to check them out, or I want to see them in person, or, touch and feel before you spend $50 to $100 on a whole pack of wood or acrylic or whatever. It's just a great way. And then meeting them too, like meeting them in person, you get to see like, are you my people? Right. Oh, you're cooler than I thought. Or, so.
Yeah. I think that I know that during COVID, people wanted to really do this online kind of thing. And then I think people started missing that face-to-face interaction. And
huge.
We're hoping that we're giving everybody the experience that they get to really network properly so that they can make long-term friendships and long, professional relationships as well, because sometimes that's what it comes down to. They're looking for a professional.
Yep.
They're very important. And if you're in business, which we're all in business, those are things that you need for a long time, and hopefully you can maintain that. So,
and people you partner with, it's really important to know their values, what's important to them. Are they going to be there for you when something happens? Like, say you ordered in plenty of time, but maybe, USPS or UPS lost your package, and now you have to send them an email and beg for them to send something, right away, because, having those relationships, and if you've already created that foundation where you're not just like, hey, I've never talked to you before, but can you do me this huge favor? It's much easier to lean on that. Not when things don't go as planned, because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And most of the companies have reps that you're assigned for your area, and you get to know your rep. And sometimes you'll get a personal, a personal number for them so that you can say, hey, I was expecting this piece, and I can't get through to the company, because some companies you can't, they're busy. They have, or the lines are full or something, but it's important to you. So your rep can help you navigate that. So
from several companies, I've had conversations with them like way past work hours, because they're just available, and because we already have that relationship, where if we didn't have that relationship, they would have got back to me probably first thing in the morning. But instead, they saw my support ticket come through at 11 p.m. and texted me at midnight because they saw it and had a solution. And rather than wait until the morning, which they very well could have, and I honestly expected them to, just little things like that going to these events is how you grow those relationships that are important to, to your business.
Yeah, 100%. I think our business is where it is because we were forward thinking enough to go to the shows when it wasn't really a thing.
Right.
And we just continued to foster that relationship. And I wouldn't be, I don't know that I wouldn't be where I am, but I do give a lot of props to APA.
Potentially look different because it
would look very different.
You've
I would
taken
feel
so
lonely
much from it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would feel very lonely in this community, and I don't think that's good for a business owner to feel like they're alone out there.
What I can compare it to is, so for podcasting, right? This podcast in particular, he obviously modeled after a lot of podcasts and stuff that he listened to, but he's also modeling to a certain extent after these huge podcasts. So a lot of it didn't really apply to us. Like, we would try and tweak it to fit to where we were at that time. But we, for years, 2 or 3 years, we did podcasting on our own. We didn't have a community besides our listeners, but we didn't have a community of other podcasters that we knew and could lean on to bounce ideas off of, or, the newest, latest, greatest equipment, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And the first year we went to PodFest, which is a podcast conference, we walked away our heads spinning because we had learned so much from other people who do what we were doing that we just didn't even think of. And a lot of it sounded they were dull moments. Why weren't we doing that? Or why didn't we add that?
Well, and also a lot of validation to some of the struggles we were dealing with. It's
because we didn't have anybody to talk to about those. Are you experiencing this too? Or did you run into this? Or how do you handle that? Right. We didn't know any of that stuff because we were just not literally throwing shit, but we were throwing stuff against the wall. Right. And trying to see what would stick. And some things were great and some things weren't. Yeah. But the conferences, I always shout them out. I understand that sometimes they are difficult for some people to go to, either, price, location, whatever, but find those meetups or conferences that the closest one you can to you, post in one of the groups and say, here's my location, what's near me this year. Find those people, because they really will just make a huge difference in your business, whatever it is.
Yep, I totally agree. So I totally agree. That validation is a huge part of it.
Oh yeah,
because we're all having the same struggles. We really are. Yep. We're all having the same struggles. We all hate red silver laser. There's no other. The red silver laser material sucks because it never comes off in the first pass.
Oh,
really?
Yes. I don't know if it's my laser. I don't know if it's the black to silver leatherette tumblers.
Oh, the leatherette. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. We aren't even going to go there.
We got an order.
I have the worst time with those.
And I was like, you know what? Because I'm a perfectionist, right? And I'm like, I know there has to be a setting that's like that sweet spot. I knew, I was like, it has to be there. And I ran so many tests. I covered the full three tumblers, every section I could, with all of these tests and doing all the things and minor little tweaks. Oh, okay, that's good. Can I get it better? And I'd adjust it 0.5, whatever. I get it. And then the first fucking cup had this
real one.
Yeah. Had this or not even, it might have even been a couple in. I think it gave me 2 that were perfection. And I used the same.
And you're like, oh yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, I got it. I got it.
Got this.
Figured it out.
Cup number 3, banding.
Not so much.
What? What do you mean? I put all this time and energy into testing, and I hate testing, but I did it. So me and the print shop we work with, we have an agreement. If they are a new customer, they're not allowed to order black and silver. If they are an existing customer and they've had black and silver before, and they know that it can be a little bit finicky and they were pleased with the quality from before, fine. Don't like it.
Reluctantly fine.
But fine.
I feel like that's been discontinued. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? That's what I told them. But then they're like, this person's ordered 50 of those. And I'm like, discontinued.
It's time to move on. They need to think ahead. Something new.
And it sucks because it does look pretty. That contrast of the silver and black, when
it does look pretty,
it comes out right, looks amazing, but
when
just exactly.
Yeah, no.
Emphasis
See,
on the
validation.
when.
I don't like to do it at all. I'm like, well, you know what? Let's just go past that. We don't want those. That's so last year. We'll do something different.
And that's what they did. They tried to convince them, oh, look at these. These are the new ones. And they're like, we really, I'm like, fine. Fine.
The white to black silicone is fire though.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
We fell in love with those.
I will do just about anything other than those silver or those golds.
Yeah. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Well, because thank you. You're trying to engrave down to this like minuscule layer, and like the tiniest, not enough, you see too much of the black or the whatever's on top, and then the tiniest too much, you see what's underneath, and so like it's too the error, of like the threshold of error is too small for me.
Recreate the whole thing. Put a thicker layer on there.
Right?
That's what it needs to be.
Make
just
it
a little
thick
bit.
of silver.
Nobody asked us for our feedback.
Come on, JDS and everybody else.
Well, we're giving it to them now, so they
right?
hear it.
Please, because otherwise
they're
I'm
like,
gonna just
what?
Yeah, because otherwise I'm just gonna tell everybody it's discontinued, okay? Because I can't. But
we can't say that already. I mean,
right. So is there anything else for APA that we want to cover before you head off?
Well, I just wanted to, if you can make it, please come. Please come. I think it's 100. Crystal said it. It's 100% worth coming out there, learning something. If you're not an APA member, you can join on the website, and that gets you everything. The show, all the education, everything. Yeah. If you don't feel like taking that jump, you can do just education. You can do just show floor. You can go on the website. You can find all that and sign up to just do those parts. Education Tuesday, whole day Tuesday. Vendors are setting up. They're doing their thing. Education will go from 7:30 to 6, and it's broken out into several different types. From AI to business to graphic design. We do have quite a bit of AI stuff from beginner to advanced this year. Wednesday, the show floor opens right at 10 o'clock, and there'll be a big to do and everything when it opens. There's a big to do. There's a whole deal.
Yeah, there was like a line of people. They were literally like cutting a ribbon, and
they cut a ribbon. I think we have a band this year.
Flood in.
Yeah. We have a band this year. Anyway, so that's a big to do. You will still have education from 7:30 to 10, but then we close that off so that everybody can concentrate on the show floor. And the show floor is open till 4:30. Wednesday, most people are doing show floor. Thursday, you have some more education. We do have some hands-on sessions early Wednesday and Thursday. Those are additional, so they do cost a little bit, but you do come home with something, so that's pretty cool. We're doing blazering, which is lasering, and it's about lasering, and then we're going to do color filling for sandblasting. So you do come home with a something. So you get a something. So Thursday, you've got education until 10:30 again, so that you can concentrate on the show floor. There is something our industry does, which is pretty cool. We do have a gala on Thursday evening. It's anybody can go. It is a pay to go sort of thing, but we honor the people in our industry who are doing cool things. Nice. So your big suppliers, your members of the year, your volunteers of the year, and you get to meet the people who are on the board. We're kind of trying to put this together so that we can give you the best education, the best expo, the best trade show possible. And so, come to it if you can. It's just fun to get a little pat on the back sometimes. So, and we do there's a piano, there's all kinds of stuff going. And then you can do, there's after parties after that as well. So some of our suppliers do after parties as well. So just make the trip out to Vegas. You don't have to do Vegas if Vegas isn't your thing. I promise you will be plenty busy with things going on for the Awards and Personalization Association. Yeah. So.
Cool. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Me too. I'm excited. I should probably finish my session. I'll get that done. It's fine.
Right. Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
There's still time.
There's still time. There's always still
And
time.
I'm so excited. I'm excited you guys are a part of this. Like, it's a big jump for for the maker community. And I'm so excited to see everybody collaborating and getting together because it's cool. This is where we are in our industry, and it's good to change. And it is changing, and it's changing for the better.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
Bringing new things into our business too, because we've always just been corporate and trophies, and now we're doing all the things.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying.
Right.
I want another printer, but that's fine. We'll talk about that later.
Hey, I mean, I know a few who are going to the show that you can talk to about another one.
Yeah.
We'll introduce you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thanks for being on and hanging out with us. And no extended interview. We got a time constraint on both ends.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for Everybody Bye, Crystal and John.
Bye.
And it's life update time.
Yeah.
And we are just trying to get our stuff together.
Yeah.
Really, after the holidays.
And I feel like I've mentioned this a couple times already, but I told Joshua Perry that I wanted to do less surviving and more thriving this year. And we're not quite there yet. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest,
still climbing out of the hole.
The kids only have gone to back to school for about 3 days.
Yeah.
And so this will be the first full week that they're in school. And so, but then we have an event.
We'll be gone for most of it.
So, maybe next year. I'm just kidding. No, we're just, trying to chip away at the long to-do list that we have. What did we tell them as far as the podcast studio? Did we tell them?
Don't know.
I don't remember.
Stuff you didn't want to share, but we have to move.
As soon as we say stuff, if we ever say stuff again, there's a good portion of the time that I don't remember I said it the first time, because as soon as I say something when we're recording, I forget. So, but anyway, if you didn't know, our studio,
not this studio, Riley Black Studios,
the other studio, space. Our local one. We have to find a new location. So we are going through that, and it's both exciting and scary and frustrating and awesome all at the same time. Yeah. So wish us luck as far as that goes. That is craziness that we did not plan to have to focus on this month, but here it is. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Continue pivoting.
We're attempting to habit stack as far as our health goes. Yep. We kind of not really New Year's resolution in that we've already been being more healthy.
Yeah, we started a week before New Year's.
Well,
I did.
He did. I was going to say, I've been doing this for
been doing it for a while.
A year and a half, if not longer. I forget. Mm-hmm. It was April of not last year, but the year before. So 2024 is when I started working with a direct care doctor to, run blood work and get stuff going. And it's been, a lot of the progress has been slow, because it's little things like incorporating vitamin D, because that was very low, and my B12 was very low, and just cholesterol and all that things, getting those better, and overall they're night and day better from where I was April 24. And so it makes sense why then I was just really struggling. I had zero energy. I felt like I could sleep all the time. I couldn't wake up. Everything hurt, so getting there. Overall, from my highest, I'm down about 27, 28 pounds.
Nice.
Congratulations. So thank you. It's been a lot slower than I planned, obviously. Yeah. Of course, a lot of the fitness influencers, or people, not really influencers, the people I follow who their journey is I lost 60 pounds last year, and I just with laser stuff, right? You have to, everybody's journey is different,
right? Running
a small business, having 2 feral kids, and doing all of that, it's they did, but is their journey comparable to yours,
right.
So
right.
You have to celebrate the wins, even if they're smaller than what you wanted them to be.
The slower gains mean that they're going to stick around longer.
Right. Yeah. I'm not mad about that at all, because I've definitely, even when I'm not actively losing, for the most part, I'm maintaining within like a couple pounds. So that has been a huge win for me too. We went on 12 trips last year. Some of them were somewhat local.
And then we were counting all, like, our year's pretty much booked.
Yeah, there's already 1, 2, 3,
a few of them are tentative.
4,
a few
5.
Of them are tentative.
There's like 5 that are like for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And so, yeah. And then there's a lot of like tentative ones mixed in. So, yeah, just maintaining health and continuing to work on improving it through the craziness, right? So we've been planning to at least walk 10 minutes a day. We've been fasting, not really fasting. So
12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. So, we eat less of the late night snacks. It has changed our conversation after darks.
Yeah.
We don't always talk about like what snacks we're going to have. Or, if the
last after dark is like, oh, well, I'll wait because now we're not.
And I mean, not to say that it never happens, but it happens a lot less. Like it was every night before, and now it's rare.
Yeah.
So
cut out a lot of carbs.
Yeah. Better, and the ones we do have are better. They're the ones that have like, the bread has like 6 ingredients instead of 25 that you can't pronounce.
Yeah, definitely been looking at ingredients more and just changing all around, and just the initial change with you over the past, I've lost 10 pounds just hanging out with you.
Right.
And then with the fasting and stuff over the last couple of weeks, I've lost an additional 5 from there, so I'm down 15 total.
Nice. Congrats to you too.
Thank
you.
You.
So, when you see us at Next Level, we're going to be skinny models. I'm just kidding. No, we're just hopefully going to be smaller. At least not bigger, okay?
Right.
That's my like non-negotiable. Like, okay, fine. If I'm maintaining, that's not where I want to be. Right. At the same time, it's not going up. And if you have what's changed for me is like if I have a bad meal, it doesn't mean I quit the whole week. It means I have a bad meal.
Right. Right. Yeah.
If I ate too many sweets, it means I ate too many sweets that day, but I'm going to do better the next day. And so that there's no time limit to it, which there used to kind of be a time limit before. Yeah. Or the holidays, you would just kind of throw it all away.
Right.
Because the holidays were crazy instead of like now. We still eat healthy until we go to your cousin's house. And then we eat everything at your cousin's house. But before then... And then after then and we try not to take any food home. Right. They try to send us with a plate or leftovers, and we're like, no, we're good. Just harder than others. Right. So, just little things like that. And, I think that all kind of like goes into it. And, with the loss of Mario, aka Dre Lane, I was already on that path, but it's just even more important to me now because, he's not here anymore to be able to do that. Right. And, I play that video of his all the time that I took the clip from the end of his documentary. And it's like, you don't know if you have more time. So if there's something you want to do, your health, your business, whatever, do it now. You may not have time to do it later.
The one that really, yours is that one. The one that really gets me from his, and it is what it is. Don't want to bog down the show. But anyway, the one that gets me was when in the hospital when he was waking up his daughter to go to school.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to go.
Yeah.
That really.
Yeah.
Because both knew,
the time was limited. Yeah.
But also trying to instill like
find some kind of normalcy.
Well, right. Too. And also like still like, hey, listen. You still got to go to school.
Right.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But it was hard. And,
yeah.
And there was a quote there that if I repeat, it'll get me.
Okay.
But yeah, he said something. It is very, and it really hit me because I felt that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine being in that situation.
Right.
So yeah, definitely looking at health a little bit differently and what we and just how we move and how we the decisions we make.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what we got going on.
Wish us luck as far as the studio goes. If you're on your health journey as well, let's chat about it in the groups and together. Stuff. Like let's make 2026 an even year. I love even years. Let's make it awesome. Let's all come out of it, hopefully a little bit less bumped and bruised than last year, but grow as people.
Yes.
So, and hopefully we can all, grow together.
Well,
I think that's it.
That's it. It's been a great episode of Right Back Project. Crystal and John.
Bye.
Maybe we're all done. The Funny Black Project. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Nino, I'm recording.